Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first movie commentary with Rowan Wood and Brennen Savory. I don't know if this is going to be like a separate show or part of something else, so we're just calling it a movie commentary with Rowan Wood and Brennen Savory for now. I'm Rowan Wood, and this is
Brennan Savory.
yeah. And our first movie that we're going to be watching is the 2012 horror comedy Cabin in the Woods, and we have Brennan and I have very different approaches to the genres portrayed in this film. Brennan, would you like to talk about your view of this material?
This material as in genre as a
Yeah,
whole, or
genre,
this
movie, whatever. Yeah.
genre as a whole. I hate horror movies. I really do. There was a point in time where I didn't even want to watch Zombieland, even though that movie is hysterical. But I feel like that for me, horror comedies help because I love comedy movies. You and I watch comedy movies all the time, but the horror aspect is usually like second to the comedy.
Yeah.
Like what is that movie? Dale and Tucker versus the Forces of Evil.
Oh yeah. Tucker and Dale versus Evil. That is amazing. Amazing movie.
Fantastic movie.
Yeah. Definitely
So
more
yes,
comedy than horror, for sure.
I love the genre of comedy horror.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think Cabin in the Woods, it was written and directed by Drew Goddard with help from Joss Whedon on the script. And I personally like the work of those two guys. Not a huge fan of Joss Whedon as a person, but his work is pretty darn good. And yeah, this is probably my favorite horror comedy. Maybe my favorite horror movie just in general. Because I feel like there's definitely more horror elements here than in other horror comedies like Tucker and Dale. But it's just in general, I really enjoy it. And I find it to be very interesting and a lot of fun. So I would recommend all of you listening out there to have seen this movie before you start listening to this, to our running commentary, because we're going to watch the whole movie. And you can watch it with us, or you can just listen to our commentary. It might not make a lot of sense sometimes, but we're going to be watching this at home and commenting on it, talking about it. Maybe we'll go off on some unrelated tangents. Maybe we won't. We'll see. But yeah, so purpose of this, we're just sort of starting out this little show idea type thing, but basically the purpose is so you can watch movies along with us, and it's going to be like we're there in the room, with you watching movies.
And we're sorry for that.
Yes, we extend our deepest condolences. But yeah, so Brennan, are you ready to get started?
I am.
All right, cool. So when I say the word start, we are going to press play on the Cabin in the Woods. So 3, 2, 1, start.
These gears look real.
Yeah, they really do. Yeah. I used to think that Lionsgate didn't really do too many horror movies, and then I saw the Saw franchise, of which they made all of them. So now I'm not surprised in the least. Yes, they did.
I didn't know they did Saw.
They did. Yeah.
Did you like the first Saw? I never saw them because
I did like the first Saw. The third one was my favorite. I watched all of them except the 8th one, but I'll watch the 8th one before the new one comes out, apparently in May.
Is the 8th one Jigsaw?
Yes, and the 9th one has Chris Rock and Samuel L. Jackson in it, so I'm quite excited for that. That was supposed to come out last May, but the goddamn pandemic pushed it back. So, yeah. Were you so wait, Brennan, have you seen this movie in its entirety before?
Yeah, we watched it together.
That's true. Were you because I knew what was going on, but were you at first confused by this intro, by what was going on?
Oh my God, wait, no. I didn't watch the beginning because I remember I was at your house and I'm like, oh God, no. Fuck this, fuck it. It's a horror movie. So I went biking around your neighborhood.
Yeah.
And then I came back and then I saw it right when the teens were introduced.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the opening was written intentionally to make audiences believe they had wandered into the wrong theater, and then they have the Cabin in the Woods title card. But it's, I mean, Richard Jenkins and Bradley Whitford are just fantastic. They're some of my favorite parts of this movie.
Oh
So
yeah,
I'm very happy that the movie started out with them.
Bradley Whitford is fantastic in
He is.
almost everything he's in.
I agree.
Unfortunately, I've not seen a lot of the things he's in. You
Mhm.
probably know him from Get Out. I never saw Get Out.
Get Out is another thing that we should have. Get Out is
I
definitely more horror, so I don't know how much you would like that, but it's very good.
I'll still
Very, very
watch
good.
it. I'm intrigued by it.
Hmm.
And he was also in West Wing that I never saw, but I heard he was fantastic in West
I've
Wing.
seen a few episodes of West Wing, yeah.
And Richard Jenkins was in Shape of Water,
Yes, he was.
which I went to go see with you.
Yeah.
And I did not know it was rated R, and I
Yeah.
freaked
Very,
out
very rated
because I
R,
was
yes.
like, because I was what, like 15? When did that movie come out? 2017?
About, yeah, but the Orpheum Theater in Chatham does not care. Unless you're like a little child. It doesn't really care about age, about age.
It showed I think we saw January,
We saw it
February
in
of
January, yeah.
2018.
Yeah. Yes, you're right. You're right.
So I was like freaked out
Yeah.
because it starts off with a woman masturbating.
Yeah, I mean, I worked there. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
This beginning doesn't make any sense. Like, why? You're
Because
you're gonna get
they,
upset when someone sees you, but you have a bunch of windows around
yeah,
you
like
and
all
you're
the windows are
dancing
open.
pantsless.
I mean, that had to be intentional. I mean, like they're like in terms of directing, because there's no way that they would stage this in like purposefully without the windows open.
Mhm.
Um,
I
so I feel
really
like,
like how they played on all the cliches here
yes, I feel like that was definitely the point.
because they're like, "Ah, she got boned by her teacher."
Yeah. Haha, lol.
Like,
Funny.
lol, haha, sexual harassment from a teacher.
Well, I mean, apparently it was consensual, but like,
It was
I don't
still
know.
it
Yeah.
was semi
It's
predatory.
still probably an illegal relationship.
Yes.
I love how Amazon has like trivia and filming locations and actors on the side and like in like the scenes that they appear. I think that's pretty cool.
I love how all this exposition means nothing.
Exactly, yeah.
They're giving you all this exposition and literally it's never brought up again because they don't need it.
Yeah.
They do it
Well,
just to pretty much throw you off your rhythm.
I feel like her Dana having an affair with her teacher sort of sets up her, I guess, like, you know, it shows how, I don't know. I mean, I feel like just like Hot Fuzz, another one of my favorite movies. Like a lot of stuff that's mentioned or brought up in the first half comes back in the second half.
Hold on.
Not
Dumb
necessarily.
scene. Dumb scene. Why did he do that?
What you
Why did
think,
he?
Holden jumping in front of the car or Chris Hemsworth throwing it past them?
Both. Both. Why would he go all the way up? Sorry to interrupt you, but why in God's name would Thor go up to the top of the story that they're in, chuck it out the window to the guy in the middle of a street?
To be fair, this was filmed in 2009, long before Chris Hemsworth was Thor.
This was filmed in 2009.
Yes, and it was stuck for a while before it was released in 3 years later.
See, and he seems super smart. That's what I love because he's a
Yeah.
draw character, but he's super
Yes.
smart.
Yeah. I
Well,
think
not
it's
like super
the
smart, but he's pretty intelligent.
the angle was the angle was the like the gas and the toxins, for example, in
Yeah.
Jules's hair makes them dumber, just to fit in with the cliches and stereotypes. The acting is like not bad here. Just like in the whole movie, I feel like, you know, they're stock teen characters, but that's the point, and I think the actors do a really great job with it.
Mhm.
This guy was in Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Yes, he was. He was the
He was
drummer for
yeah,
Loaded
he
Diaper.
was Bill, yeah. Don't know why I remember his name. Amazon's general trivia says the thermal coffee mug slash bong was a fully functional mug and
No, it
bong,
was. It was.
the prototype of which cost $5,000 to make. Wow.
But Drew Goddard, I remember reading up on this. Drew Goddard, he is a devout Christian. I'm almost
Interesting.
positive. And he was very uncomfortable filming the scene with
Yeah, the sex scene. Yeah. The
is a
the
sex
almost
scene?
sex scene. Oh, really?
I was talking about who is the other girl, not Dana.
Jules?
Yeah. Do you remember who plays Jules? Is that Anna Hutchinson?
Anna Hutchinson, yeah.
She when she's making out with the
Oh, the wolf.
with the wolf.
That's an amazing scene. Because
They
it's
also
so weird.
they also like put some powder or whatever on the tongue to make
Uh-huh.
it more not as unenjoyable
Yeah.
for her.
Yeah. They're just intentionally feeding into all these stereotypes, and it's like, like at this point, like we're about 8 minutes in. I feel like if you're watching this for the first time, you can see, like, you can already see it for what it is. It's intentionally going just all in on all of the cliches. And I think that's part of the genius, because it sets up something and totally turns it on its head later. Usually in movies like these, there's like the A plot and the B plot, like when, you know, there's stuff happening and then there's the more minor characters, and they intersect, like especially at the end. That's definitely what this movie is. But, usually I find myself, bored by one of the plots and wanting to get back to the other plot. This movie, like the A plot and the B plot are both equally engaging, so I just love all of it, like with Hadley and Sitterson in the bunker, and then the kids in the cabin. It's like there's no dull moments at all.
No. One of my favorites is how it's a horror movie, it's a comedy movie, but it also has slight elements of like, because the interns show up in
Mm-hmm.
the office and they're like they have some moral backbone, but they're like, if you're in this business, you got to realize shouldn't have anything moral related.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. We don't care. We're literally killing people to sacrifice to a god underneath the earth. I
Mm-hmm.
think morality is out of the question.
Yeah. Barter gas.
Why did Chris Hemsworth just have a football in his hand at a gas station when he was going to go pump the gas?
Because he was like gonna play some football while they pump the
It's like,
gas,
whoa.
dude. You've never played football when you're pumping gas? Come on.
No, I think that will most likely, if that scene happened, that would be one of the dumbest
Yeah.
gas station scenes besides Zoolander.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. I love how the jump scares are so choreographed, because that's definitely the point.
I knew he was coming too. I've
Yeah.
seen this.
Yeah. I love Chris Hemsworth look there. He's like, what? Sure.
Every time they say Buckner Place, I always feel like they're saying Butter Place.
Butter place. It's the road there is real slippery, dude.
I hate you. Getting back is
That's
really
your
trouble.
concern.
Oh wow.
Just spits out whatever the hell that is. The writing is just so clever. They I read a book about the making of. They Joss Whedon and Drew Goddard, like they stayed in a
I
house
knew
for like
that.
a week, for like a few weeks, and they divided up the scenes, and then they gave each other scenes to read and edit, and it's just like a very wholesome complimentary screenwriter story. Hope to achieve that someday.
This like music is very reminiscent to me of like The Shining. Does it give you that vibes
Mhm.
too?
The cinematography too,
Well, I think that was
showing
also
the
kind of the point.
yeah, yeah.
Drew Goddard, this is his first directorial debut, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, look at this fake ass eagle.
What's your opinion on showing the eagle and the force field here? Because I've heard some people say that like it would have worked better at the force field being a surprise later on. But I believe that having the force field just show up later on with no explanation beforehand would be cheap. What do you think?
Yeah, but see, thinking about it both ways, I don't really know. Maybe because if they showed it then, you kind of that's more than just thinking something's up because the government thing already kind of nests you up a little bit. But I feel like that was more of like a dead giveaway, like, oh, this is a thing. But I get what you're talking about with when Chris Hemsworth characters,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Is that Chris Hemsworth character?
Yes. Yes, it is. I feel like it's not like because we see the force field. I feel like it just feeds into the mystery because we still don't know exactly what's going on. If they told you exactly what was going on now, only like 14 minutes in, I would be pissed. But they still leave it open because it could mean any number of things. It just means really you get the sense that, oh crap, they're going to be trapped here. And that's why I think showing it early on was a good idea as opposed to just bringing it up later.
Why was she like scared by the wolf head? She was like, oh
I don't know. It's a
my
wolf head.
god,
I mean, like
taxidermy?
it's sort of dark and it's kind of scary. I don't know.
What the fuck? Raccoon? Shut up.
I always thought this scene was weird.
The
I
one
mean,
with the
with the
mirror?
mirror, yeah. I mean, but like weird in a good like story building way because it comes back later when he goes through the mirror to save her from the
Oh,
zombies.
yeah. Well,
But
at
like it
first, I
just
think that was the point. You don't understand
yeah,
why it's
it
there.
just it just makes me feel icky for whatever reason. I don't know why. It makes me feel like I like because I'm watching him watch her. I feel like it's like some weird like voyeuristic thing.
And I got freaked out too when he just saw. Well, he should probably stop looking. Well, I
I mean,
mean, when
like,
it's the hair fluffing thing, I think that's a little more okay.
yeah,
Oh, but then this is when he.
yeah,
You can just walk out of the room, bud.
yeah.
Oh wait, no, no, don't say this is happening because she doesn't know.
I love how after this scene, he literally goes back in front of the mirror and starts to pull his pants off, knowing full well that it's a two-way mirror, one-way mirror. Sorry,
You're
wait,
like,
yeah,
oh
one-way mirror.
wait.
Yeah.
Does he do it in his room, taking
Yeah,
off his
yeah, yeah, yeah.
pants?
So he does it in the new room because he moves into that room because they switch rooms here. But
Oh yeah.
then he starts to take his pants off, like in front of the mirror, knowing full well that she is on the other end, probably looking at him. So I don't know. Okay, so general trivia tells me that the film was originally scheduled for release in Australia in July 2012, but it was pulled right beforehand, and then because already licensed, incensed by the delayed release, the news of canceling its cinema run altogether, because so like they weren't going to show it at all, it prompted backlash from fans who basically harassed the distributor on Twitter and Facebook with angry hate mail, and they were like, "You got to show this movie," and so they did.
That's like very aggressive, like
Yeah,
positive,
well,
like show the movie.
yeah, might not have
We
been in
want to
theaters
see
otherwise.
this movie will be fantastic.
I mean, it was fantastic. So I didn't see it in theaters, but
See, and
yeah, see,
it's also right after.
he literally knows exactly what he's doing.
Okay, but like when
Whoa.
she see, like when she does it, it's okay. But like when we were watching the guy, we were both like oh, never mind.
Yeah, see? He knows exactly what he's doing there.
He's
Chad
like,
in my
oh, oh, I'm sorry. Are you
Oh, I'm
watching?
sorry. Is this a one-way mirror? I
Is this a
didn't know.
one-way mirror that I literally just discussed to everyone? You could have also put something up besides a painting,
Yeah, it was
so
the
that
only
you don't
thing I
have to
guess
do a.
that really fit over it.
You have to do a
Maybe.
painting and then a blanket over the painting.
I don't know. Well, I don't think the blanket could go over the mirror because the mirror was like in the wall.
Oh,
I think. I don't know.
one of my favorite scenes is when they're putting all the things on the board, and
Yeah.
then they're who get someone, I can't remember what department it is, but one department they always get Bradley Whitford's character always gets pissed because he's like, they do it every year.
Yeah. The I know you haven't seen it, but the writing for these characters in the lab is really reminiscent of Aaron Sorkin in The West Wing. It's just quick, it's witty, it's clever, and it just reminds me of that. And I guess the only connecting thread is Bradley Whitford. Maybe he's what's making me think of it, but still, this scene I really think is hilarious because the Harbinger calls, and he's just so into his role, and they're like, yeah, sure, all right, yeah, yeah, dude. He's like, oh my god, you're right, you are on speakerphone.
I'm on speakerphone.
They just keep messing with him. It's so good. The music just says "Tightrope Highway." Is that a band? Is it a song? Is it an
I'm gonna go
album?
with
I
a
don't I don't,
song.
I don't know what the hell. My girlfriend.
What a douche. Oh, never mind. Less of a douche.
Don't kill the gorgeous man. They're endangered.
We're endangered. Excuse me. As a representative of the Gorgeous Men Council, we are not endangered. This cracks me up.
The trivia says that Marty remains on the dock because the actor was in much
he's
better
like
shape than
super
all of the.
ripped. Yeah.
Yeah, he was super ripped, and so they didn't want him because he's
So
a
he wears
stoner.
baggy clothes.
Yeah. He's a stoner, so they didn't want him to look like that.
Oh, I love that Bradley Whitford loves mermaids.
Yeah. And we get introduced to Ronald the intern here. If they were creative, they wouldn't be in Mayton. Such a good line.
I just want this moment to end.
This moment to end.
It's more than just people letting off steam. You're literally killing that.
Yeah, I mean, letting off steam is not. That's not the definition of letting off steam. If like the old gods are making them do this in this specific formula, like how long have they been doing this? And why aren't there more questions about it? You'd think that over the last few centuries, someone would have noticed that like 5, 6 teenagers disappear every year, like in the under the same mysterious circumstances.
So let's get this party started is a line that's frequently said in this movie.
Yeah.
Because Dana says it when she releases
later,
everything.
Yep. Yeah. To make out with. Please say Dana. Please say Dana.
That's a wolf, Marty.
Do you know that's a reference to Evil Dead 2? Because there's a moose head on the wall in the cabin in Evil Dead 2, and it comes to life and starts screaming at Ash.
No problem.
Interesting. The wolf's tongue was made of silicon and was removable. Imagine the wolf just having no tongue.
It'd be very hard to make out with something that doesn't have a tongue.
Yeah. I love this little like charade she does. Like, oh, me?
Me?
It's just like a weird role playing thing.
Is that the hair setting in? Do you know?
Probably.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I love how like everyone else is like, whoa, all right, Jules. I wonder which one of them wrote this.
Joss Whedon.
For sure. Yeah. Thank you. The wolf's tongue is covered in powdered sugar, so yes, you're correct. Yeah. To give it a dusty look and to make the scene more tolerable for Anna Hutchison. Makes sense. I mean,
Chris
honestly,
Hemsworth and
that's kind of me.
yeah, Chris Hemsworth in this scene, what he looks like, he reminds me of Chris Evans when he was in Not Another Teen Movie.
Which I have not seen.
I haven't either, but like I've seen like promo pics and stuff where he has like a Letterman jacket, because it
Yeah.
was one of his first roles. The movie came out in 01, I think.
Really? Wow.
Because that's when all the big parody movies
Yeah.
came
Like
out.
like what?
Because Scary Movie came out in
Scary Movie,
99, I
right?
think.
Right. Yeah.
The first Scary Movie came. When did Scream come out?
96.
96.
That makes sense. That sounds about right. Scary Movie, 89, 99. I wish that we learned more about all this crap in the cellar. They go into it in the novel, which I've not read but I own. They talk about every little thing here, and then they talk more about the monsters later, and it just like they had to design everything here, and it really shows. The production design is fantastic.
Why did that scare me? It's a painting.
If anything, that creepy ass doll mask would have freaked me out. Take your top off.
Then why are you so dumb?
Somehow, because at the end they said that they don't think Kurt even has a cousin, so they had to have like started this making him dumb thing earlier,
But
right?
then that would void away the
Yeah,
him obviously being
exactly.
smart.
Yeah, yeah. Whatever works for the plot, I guess, but still. I want to know the story of that film reel because apparently it unleashes this guy named Kevin, and I want to know about Kevin. Like, what the hell does Kevin do?
Kevin,
Kevin.
that guy's eyes. Because one of the whole thing is that one of these things would bring out something else, right?
Yeah. What if Jules had like because Dana called out, "Hey guys," and then they all stopped doing the
Say
things.
she
What if
put the
Jules
necklace
still
on.
put the necklace on? And what if Kurt still finished doing that before they went over to her? Would there be just like a bunch of monsters roaming around?
Probably. Dad was probably giving her a good time then if she screamed the entire night.
Well, she did cut her belly open and stuff the hot coals in. So if that's a good time to you, we're never living together. Some like intern at the facility
Had to write
under
this.
them had so much fun writing these, just like went crazy with them.
Or doing this just to fuck with them.
Yeah,
To fuck with these
it
teenagers.
kind of sounds like a lot
Honestly,
of fun, just making all this crap.
I would love. I feel like Bradley Whitford's character probably like started as someone that had to write it, and then he worked his way up.
That makes sense. Yeah,
Even
he seems clever
obviously,
enough.
probably not, but that would be hysterical. Just thinking
Yeah,
Bradley Whitford's
yeah,
character writing some of
yeah.
this dumb shit.
Do not read the Latin. And then there's the voice just goes, read it. Read it out loud. It's Latin. Of course it means something. What are you talking about, Dana?
Yeah, it means I'm a dead language.
Whoa, all right.
That seems like fun.
The design of the Buckner family is actually pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Because like they're not just typical zombies, you know, like they all have something interesting about them. Like Judah is super tall. The mother has like the belly with the hot coals spilling out. Patience only has one arm. Like I don't know what's so different about the father, but yeah.
I love that board.
Yeah. I just want to know everything on there. Ronald.
Redneck torture family.
They're a completely different species. Some of the ones on the board are the angry molesting tree from The Walking
Which
Dead.
is Evil
Not
Dead.
The Walking Dead, The Evil Dead.
That would
There's
be really funny if it was in
yeah.
The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
A
I mean
really
those are just zombies.
stern Norman Reedus.
Yeah.
Has to do with an angry molesting tree.
There's also the what else is there? There's the Deadites from Evil Dead as well.
Yes. There's a lot of Evil Dead references. I've read up on that.
Yeah. There's the sphere that Kurt had is obviously very reminiscent of Hellraiser, and later we see the people who have it, they're like pain demons, which is pretty much what Hellraiser is.
But they're on some pain worship. That should have been my senior quote. How funny would that
But there
have been?
are insane zombified backwoods idiots. I love the casual racism here. What is so like I am lost about this Japanese thing. Is the Japanese culture just different, or do they still have to get like a virgin, a whore, jock in like from Japanese school children?
But they're like in like the third, fourth grade. You're gonna get a whore in the third grade.
Yeah, so like it must be like depending on what like the culture stereotypes are. Like this is America, and like
so we're seeing a blonde girl shake her ass in front of a fire.
What's more American than that, Brennan?
Put a cheeseburger in her hand and boom.
Slap the McDonald's logo on her back. This is so classy.
Why are they just?
I love how Kurt is like totally cool with his girlfriend giving everyone lap dances.
I think she's just close with her lady bits.
Wow.
He's like, oh, haha, the pothead starts saying, I gotta go now. All right. Little uncomfy.
All right, alpha male.
Like, whoa there, Buster.
Buster.
Don't you just love it when the stoner sobers up, even though he's been stoned the entire movie?
I don't think he ever sobers up because the because the weed is what is protecting his mind from all the crap that's going on. So I don't think he ever really does sober up. A full academic scholarship. God damn. I am envious.
Pop Tarts?
He's totally still stoned. Nobody speaks Latin, loser.
Okay, then why didn't they have him be the guy that read the Latin
I don't know.
downstairs?
Because it all has to be Dana's fault. Because she has to blame herself. I don't know.
No, she
Character
doesn't.
things. I didn't write this movie, Brendan.
I know you didn't. Oh no, they were too far away to lean in for a kiss. It would be a very awkward lean in.
Yeah. They
As
would
an
be
expert,
they would be like,
and hold on, let me just.
yeah.
As an expert of leaning in on kissing,
Well, all right, Mr. Pickup Line. We're all alone and everyone's watching.
I'm finally realizing how much Joss Whedon misogyny-esque is showing off a little bit. His not too good side.
Yeah. Your basic human needs disgust me. That's a great line.
I never understood what pheromones are.
Until now,
No, still.
you don't understand what they are.
No, aren't they just hormones for the air?
Pretty much, they're like, it's what some animals give off.
I knew that, but
like
I'm like, isn't it the
insects.
same thing as hormones?
Essentially, yes. Well, I think it's something to stimulate hormones. It's not necessarily hormones themselves. Anna Hutchison had
It's
like the easiest filming days because like it's just all the scenes with them as like with them being normal and as students, and then she dies and she doesn't have to do any of the crazy action stuff.
I totally forgot she died at the beginning.
Yep.
That she was the first one to die.
Yeah.
Bradley Whitford, no.
And yet we are still watching very intently.
Wait, so are you telling me that the gods have to see her tits?
The
Is
gods
that
are
what
horny,
they're
Brennan. Brennan, even gods get horny sometimes. Do people actually do that? Like, just like bite panties and pull them off with their teeth?
I like the little, as much as the scene makes me a little uncomfortable, I do like how they're separate in the scene and then it goes over a little bit
Yeah.
and you see the other guy like,
Yeah.
oh my god, I forgot you see her naked.
Yeah. Now she can die. And I love how like she's still naked during the time when she has to run around and get bloody. That sounds like it would kind of suck. I mean, I would yell around and scream too. Honestly, Jules got the right idea.
Fuck.
Hell yeah, Chris Hemsworth. Fuck him up. Oh, is Chris Hemsworth becomes one of many people to take a bear trap to a part of his body that he wouldn't be able to maneuver without. Like later on, Holden gets a bear trap to the back, and he's still able to like function normally.
No, but so does Marty.
Yeah, yeah, they all
Everyone
get
except
bear
Dana
trapped.
does, right?
I think so. Why don't they kill Kurt here? Oh, because he can't die next. Wait, yeah, Marty has to die next. That's true.
Wait, fuck.
Oh man, that would fuck me up so bad. Especially if I was the one who died. Be real fucked
Don't
up.
you just love it when they're like, when they go straight from horny old men to, please, Father, forgive us for we have sinned. So this is pretty much like a cult, right?
Yeah, yeah. I think it literally fits in the definition of a cult. It's just they have money.
But unfortunately, it's actually real
Yeah,
because at the end, oh, what there are no, of course there are spoilers. We said this the entire
yeah.
time. That literally is this bullshit. I totally forgot that the gears at the beginning were reminiscent of the gears of all the blood. I never put that
Yeah,
together until just now.
yeah.
Because earlier when I said the gears, I was just being awkward.
Yeah, it's true. The woman tells him to go for a walk, and then he just goes for a walk. I'm going to go for a walk.
Probably what she's telling you.
Yeah.
Go for a walk. What do you want me to do?
You could do a little fucking puppet dance. I'm going to go for
The classic cliche of I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna. He doesn't.
Yeah. Holden is a noble person. He's a nice dude.
What do you mean noble? He's doing the right thing.
Exactly. He's a nice guy. But not like a nice guy. He's a nice guy, not a nice guy. There's a difference.
What's the difference?
Nice guys are only nice because they want girls to like them, and that's literally their only motivation. Nice guys are just nice guys.
You and I, we're nice guys.
We are nice guys, but not nice guys. We are nice guys. Yeah.
I thought you emphasized the guys when
Don't think
they're
about it too much,
genuinely.
Brennan. Don't think about it. Just don't think about it. Don't think about it. In the scene, you expect there to be a jump scare with Patience, but instead it's Kurt who comes out of nowhere and gives a little jumpy.
I totally forgot Kurt.
Yeah. And then he just socks, and then he just hits Patience in the head.
I do like the subversion though.
Fucking zombie bitch.
I forgot that he just sidelines her. Why are you hesitating? Stop hesitating. We're already halfway through the movie.
Yeah.
I forgot how much they just. I think
Like,
that
once they start and they get into it, it just doesn't stop. It just keeps a forward momentum.
the pacing is very good in this movie,
Yeah.
I believe.
Do you prefer the second or the first half?
Um. Hmm. The second half to me is more horror-y, but like it's tolerable horror for
Yeah.
me. I like
It's
it.
like it's like
It's
fun horror.
they're all getting picked off,
Yeah.
but it's not I'm an inadvertently dumb teenager college student way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're around the same age.
I think Richard Jenkins has got to be older.
Oh shit! How old is Bradley? Bradley Whitford's like 63, probably.
He is?
Maybe.
No, he's got to be in his 50s.
Yeah.
Bradley Whitford is 61. You're right.
Yeah, he's
And
older. He's definitely older than your dad.
Richard Jenkins is 73. Yeah.
Richard Jenkins looks good for 73.
Yeah, he sure does. Well, also this was 11 years ago. 12 years ago now. Yeah.
But also don't forget Shape of Water.
Yeah, that's true.
That was 4 years ago that came out, so it was probably filmed 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
You also love Benicio del Toro. I've never seen Pan's Labyrinth. One of these days you can show me Pan's Labyrinth.
You mean Guillermo del Toro?
I said Benicio
You
del
said
Toro,
Benicio del
didn't
Toro. Yeah.
You can definitely show me Guillermo del Toro's Pan's Labyrinth because I know that that's your favorite movie, or it was for a long time.
It still is. Yeah.
Judah. The man, the myth, this dude gets a bear trap in his back.
Yeah.
Also, it should not have been that noticeable.
Yeah. The first conclusion he comes to is that he's on a reality TV show, which, I mean, Jules is dead. I mean, like that would not be. Then again, he's stoned, so I can't speak for him at all. He's got the bong. What's great is that the bong does come back later.
Yes.
It's like, Chekhov's gun. If you use a gun in the first act, it has to come back, and like if you introduce a gun in the first act, it has to go off in the second act. This is Chekhov's bong.
Now, is there an alternate to that, saying like if you do use a gun in the first half and you don't in the second half, does it make it worse or something?
I don't know. I think it's more like I think it's more just the I think it's more just the principle of, if you set something up, you should be prepared to follow through with it, or else why set it up in the first place? I feel like that's like it's only for, it's mainly for movies and, TV shows, because books and novels and prose and poetry, like they set up stuff all the time that's never used.
Yeah, and right now with all the shaking, Bradley Whitford's character played it off as they're excited, but it's foreshadowing that it was Judah Buckner's blood that they deposited instead of Marty's.
Yeah.
Which I love when movies do that, even if it makes not too much sense when you think about it too much.
Yeah.
But at least they put a little bit of thought into being referenced later.
Exactly. Yeah. They weren't just making up things with no excuse. There are, and that's why I was just rumbling just there, because it wasn't actually Marty's blood.
The lighting in that scene is very good.
Yeah. I found out a while ago how they do. So you know how in movies they have like people with flashlights, but you could still see their faces. It looks like the light is reflected back on them. I
Do they
figured
have
out.
like
So they have like reflector screens right behind the camera. So if there's a light behind, like in front of or behind someone, you have the screen there so that the light reflects on them, so you can still see their faces. I actually got one of those for my birthday a few years ago, and I only just brought it out recently. It's pretty useful. I've used it before.
oh God, I totally why would you pull
I don't know. It's
that
movie
probably
logic,
would
horror
not
movie
have
logic.
that would not have helped.
Yeah.
Damn.
Like, it's a bear trap. He is going to bleed out in not too long a time.
As much as I like Dana as a horror movie heroine, it doesn't make much sense.
Why?
Because she's never really shown. Sorry, that line cracked me up. But like, she's just, she's there. She never really. They didn't even say some dumb exposition thing about her knowing how to whoop someone's ass or anything.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's just adrenaline. I don't know. I've never been put in a horror movie situation.
I never intend to, but yeah, and Holden still has full mobility.
He should not still be able to.
Yeah, no, not at all. Clearly a reference to The Ring, or as it's known in Japan, Ringu.
Yeah, she's a frog.
I love how, like, that spirit didn't kill any of them. And then he's just yelling, "Fuck you," at all these little school children. I want to know what happened in all of these places. Stockholm, Amsterdam. There are like a ton of stories there. Oh man, they fucked up. Oof.
They have the dynamic of like those two over in an office building that they've been working at for like 25, 30 years. And you're like, fuck, like, what the fuck do you think I'm doing? Of course I'm trying to get this deadline in.
Probably have been working there for a long time. Oh, electrical, the glitch up top, that was Marty commandeering the elevator.
What?
Because when Marty killed Judah Buckner, he found the elevator and
That's
he
what it was.
short-circuited
That's what
it,
it was.
and we see that later. Yeah.
Sorry, I haven't watched this movie in a little bit.
It's very, very intelligent, more intelligent than I remember. Imagine being able to drive backwards perfectly in a dark tunnel while looking backwards. I don't know.
You can look backwards and the debris doesn't
Yeah. It all
smack your
works.
head
It's all
clean off.
perfectly fine. Yeah.
But also, they don't know. Obviously, I think it's because of, they were frantic. But like, think about it. They could have killed all three of them in
Yeah.
that landslide.
That would
Would
that
that
would have
have
been bad.
been bad or more productive? Because the thing
Uh,
is to put them.
I don't know. Well, they need to die in a specific order, though. That's the thing, right? And for some reason, the zombies know exactly what order to do in it, but that's beside the point. Yeah. So
I'm sure it's because they've been doing it for years.
yeah.
It's still a fun movie. It doesn't make too much sense when you think about it.
Oh, for sure. I don't think any in some movies the plot holes are too much and sometimes they distract, but in this movie, no way. Like the good vastly outnumbers any possible shortcomings that they could have.
But what I love about this is that it kind of even though I've seen this, I completely forgot about the bird
Mm-hmm.
because there's just so much stuff that happened in between that.
Exactly. Yeah. That's true.
Oh, but now that he's doing this monologue, you remember. So I think they could have handled it a little different.
Yeah. I mean, also I feel like they're making it very clear for those that care.
Yeah. They're like, he's gonna die.
Yeah.
It's like when you're watching a movie and like when you rewatch The Lion King, Mufasa is being all like the best dad character ever. And they're like, and then now that you rewatch it, you're like, fuck. They were telling us right away he's gonna die.
Yeah.
I remember when I first saw this part, I think I chuckled a little bit.
It's really funny. If you look at it that way, it's so funny. Because that was literally their last hope. They have nothing that they can do now. At least at least in their minds. There is no hope. Oh shit, Marty was right. Oh, well, all right. Didn't remember that line was in there.
How come the zombies aren't after them now?
Yeah, well, as we know, like from later, there is a zombie in the back of the Rambler. So why didn't it? Or maybe it got in at that, like when they were waiting for Kurt to do the jump. That would make the most sense. But then what is the intelligence level of these zombies? Because they obviously know what to do, when to do it. So I feel
Well,
like they have
they
some
follow
basic level of
orders.
intelligence. Yeah. Isn't there a lake? And that's the whole.
Yeah.
Couldn't they just swim it if it's only a lake? They could probably swim it, right? Oh, and then he just fucking dies. Oh, poor Holden.
I forgot.
Yeah, it's a shame.
I forgot that's how he died. Yeah, the lake's right there.
Yeah.
Oh, because this is when Dana becomes kind of sort of badass again.
Yes.
Because she comes back up and she's fighting the dude. I'm a sucker for underwater scenes sometimes.
When they
Because
look good,
sometimes
yeah.
when they look good, yeah. Like End of Shape of Water, good.
Like most of Shape of Water.
If it's a Guillermo del Toro movie, chances are it's beautifully done. The virgin's death is optional as long as it's last.
Yeah.
He showed a little bit of a moral backbone there, and then everyone else
Yeah.
was coming in, and he's like,
Tequila, my lady. I also think it's interesting that they label the virgin's death as optional because, you know, in the old horror movies, the virgin always survives. She's the final girl. So I think it's interesting how, but you know, like in more recent horror movies, it's like, oh, we're gonna turn this on its head and we're gonna make it different. And I feel like this was, you know, because they still have to inkeep with all the cliches and stereotypes, but like they made this minor change here, which I think really worked. That like, you know, she could die, and you know, I feel like in these types of situations, you know, every year the virgin probably always does die, right?
I find this scene pretty like
It is
messed up funny
hilarious, definitely. And like
because
there's
like they're all jamming and this
yeah,
girl is just being choked to death by a
yeah,
chain.
yeah. And then like there are all these little vignettes of people interacting in the room, and it's just amazing. He loves his merman. Oh, Ronald. Oh, poor guy, striking out. Uh-oh.
See, that's the like when you realize it's like when you're having a party and you get the phone call that your
Yeah,
parents are on
from
the
your
way home,
parents, yeah.
which is also something from the Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie
Yeah.
that he was in because that was Roderick Rules, and that's when they went out.
Yeah.
As silly and not smart as those movies are, that scene always gets me really like I find it hysterical.
We should do commentaries on the Wimpy Kid movies because I have not seen them in forever.
I never saw The Long Haul.
Oh, I didn't either. I didn't. Oh no, wait. I think I might have.
That's the one
It's
with
like
Alicia Silverstone.
I
Completely new
yeah.
actors.
I've heard that it sucks, and if I watched it, then it definitely sucked. It's just like why recast? I mean, I know the actors got old, but still.
No, they recast everyone.
I know they recast everyone because the actors grew up, but I mean,
It was
still.
some like Spider-Man type shit.
Yeah. The prodigal son returns. They show the scene of Matthew sort of rising out of the water, and then they never follow through on it because he never comes back. Seems kind of
I
unwarranted.
think it was more of just to keep the illusion of
Yeah,
danger still coming.
suspense.
Could
Yeah,
say he was knocked out.
and not drowned. Yeah, that makes sense. Probably a good idea to follow him, Dana.
Yes, follow the stoner. That's all he's ever done. Has been stoned the entire movie. I also love all the little horror movie Easter eggs.
Oh yeah, for sure. I did dismember that guy with a trowel. So how are you?
What have you been up to?
I feel like Marty's relatively sober now. I feel like getting like brutally attacked by a zombie will wake someone up. How did he figure out the maintenance override? I guess they're all sort of smart college students, but still.
And how one of the monsters is a giant purple people eater.
And then one of the monsters are just 3 Klansmen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But their robes are red instead of white. Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah. It's deep, right?
Oh shit. This is when it gets horror.
Yes. It's like the fun horror though, because like you keep on looking for these new monsters every time you watch it. There's
It's
something
still a
new.
little freaky because this is the giant snake, right?
No, the snake comes out later when Dana unleashes everyone.
Don't. Son of a bitch.
Why does the elevator just keep moving? I mean, I know it's to like show us new monsters, but still.
That's a pretty sick ghost, though.
I know. I just want to know more about all these monsters and how they would have killed these children. Not children.
I do like the ambiguity of it, though.
Yes, for sure.
Ambiguity.
Whatever.
Is it gooity or guity?
I always say guity, and like because it's ambiguous, ambiguity, right?
Ambiguous, yeah.
Yeah. That is friggin' cool. I want to know. So, like, can she close those mouths? Like,
You know what's so funny to me?
What?
That still the face thing still looks better than when. Is that a Hellraiser homage?
Yeah. What were we saying? Face thing?
That the face thing reminds you of like the terrible thing in It when he just bites off.
Oh
Dorothy's
yeah. It's like the big exaggerated teeth, except these were all practical. All these effects are practical, except like the snake and stuff later on, but that's about it. A surprising amount of practical effects here.
Also, she just figured out that it makes sense though because she saw the ball.
Yep, exactly. I mean, if a ghost can't get through this, Dana, you won't be able to. So I don't know why. I mean, I know she's having a psychotic break, but still. They're the girls from The Shining.
Yeah.
Giant centipede, spider. So much cool shit. I want to know more. The for all of the all of the cells with the boxes with the monsters in them. They filmed all of it, like every single one in front of a green screen. So they had to film all of those individually, which I just think is so cool. Like the commitment to this production design is just incredible.
I do love scene changes like that, how it goes into
Yeah.
the TV and then it just unpixelizes.
I've always been fascinated by just super cool transitions like that. Oh, this guy played Captain Singh on The Flash.
In The Flash, yeah. I
Yeah.
was gonna say that.
Yeah. Oh, ouch. Ouchie wouchie. A good work, zombie arm. Now, is this guy dead now, or is he going to be dead when the hand kills him?
I don't think he's dead. He just hit his head like that.
Yeah, but like, there's a lot of
Also,
blood.
it would be really dumb if they call him dead when people got chomped in the back with a bear trap and
Yeah.
didn't die at that time anyway.
Yeah, true. I love the inclusion of Sigourney Weaver here. How they sort of mention the director throughout the whole thing, and now we're sort of getting hints that, whoa, it's going to be played by a big name actor. Sigourney Weaver, whoa.
Oh, also, she's huge in the horror genre because of Alien.
Mm-hmm.
Because Alien was one of the first science fiction horror movies, right?
Yes. Joss Whedon co-wrote, I believe, Alien Resurrection, which was the fourth one.
Thank God that there just happens to be a module room right there.
Yeah. A bulletproof module. Yeah. Honestly, I'm relieved that these characters are actually kind of smart.
Let's get this
I
party
just want to
started.
like go through this frame by frame because there's so many friggin' cool monsters here. I mean, I can see this from their perspective how this would be a great idea, but they definitely know it's going to come back and bite them in the butt. They've gotta no. I feel
With the
like
soldiers?
no, Dana and Marty, because
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
like obviously, like they were thinking quick on their feet here, but this shot is so amazing. It's so CGI, but it's so great. This is when it gets like super high budget, which is totally fine by me. The body part just falls from the ceiling. Oh my god. Facehugger, alien. Doll people.
Oh, they've already set up like torture device things?
Yeah. That woman's just like, yeah, I'm not gonna deal with this shit.
No,
Honestly,
it feels like in that, it seemed like it was a manipulation type deal.
that's
That's how I
possible.
interpret it
That's
anyway. That
possible.
I interpreted it in like a Saw type thing, like
Yeah.
her friends or people are being tortured.
Interesting. That makes sense. I always thought she was just ending it because like she doesn't want to be killed by any of these creatures. I would be scared shitless right now. Oh, vampire bat. Why did they just wait around for the bat to come out? It could have killed them for all they know.
The unicorn?
I love the unicorn so much. It just gores this guy. It's like, honestly, realistic use for unicorns, killing machines. It's possible. It's just only this and Legends of Tomorrow are ballsy enough to do it.
I was gonna say Legends.
Yeah.
Because Legends did that.
Yeah.
Legends got a lot ballsier than a little tangent off of horror movies.
Yeah.
For people that are gonna watch this. But like it got a lot ballsier. It got a lot dumber.
Yeah.
And like sillier, but it also got, because it was the beginning of season 5, I think, was the one with Rasputin, right?
Maybe, yes.
What season are they gonna be on? 7?
6, I think. Maybe
6.
7? I don't know.
So I'm pretty sure it was the beginning of season 5.
Yep,
where
6.
It was the episode. It was the season where Ray left. Hold on, I'll tell after this scene. This scene gets me.
It's so good. The merman just coming out of nowhere.
Because it's like,
yeah.
you reaped what you sow. Like,
yeah.
you've been wanting a mermaid.
Sitterson said earlier that the merman is like a bitch to clean up after, because it sprays the blood everywhere. Such an inventive concept.
But what was I saying?
Legends inventive show.
Yes, because Rasputin, because they finally had the balls to do the Thanos thing, like how they made like their parody of it, kind of like, the whole Thanos theory is that Ant-Man, the very comical theory,
yeah,
that Ant-Man would go up or go inside of Thanos and then just expand.
Yeah, they did it, but it still didn't kill Rasputin, so they had to collect his.
It didn't kill Rasputin?
No, because he's like he was one of the, they called them encores. It was historical evil people being resurrected. So they like they couldn't be killed by regular means. They had to be killed with a hell weapon. Yeah. No, that was the whole deal with that. But yeah, Legends is my favorite Arrowverse show currently.
Yeah, people were like, "Oh, it's kind of like eh," and then I'm like, I like it. I'm a sucker for time travel.
Fair, me as well.
It changed its tone, I feel like, a little bit. It's always been silly, but it leaned more into its silliness, which I didn't really disagree with. I liked it.
Yeah.
Because first season was more going back in time, trying to figure out Vandal Savage.
First season definitely had a more connected and cohesive story. Although there were the occasional like filler goof off episode, but like then in later seasons they just totally committed to just having fun. And
like it would like hit people with like when I think it was third season when Helen of Troy got into Hollywood.
Yeah.
And they put her on Themyscira after.
Yeah.
They found a way to incorporate the bigger DC universe while also not really getting into the bigger DC universe.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because it was like at first it began as like a team up show. Some of the best side characters. I'd say some of the best side
Yeah.
characters from the other shows
Yeah.
come together.
Mhm.
Because they did backdoor pilots in the Arrow and in Arrow and the Flash.
Yes.
It was the Legends of
Legends
it
of
was the Legends of Today.
Legends of Today and the Legends of Yesterday, maybe. I don't know.
Yes, because the Legends of Tomorrow is the show.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of how they did like the Day of the Doctor.
The Time of the Doctor.
And then they did the Night of the Doctor. That was the tiny little like 8-minute thing with the 8th Doctor becoming Sigourney
the
Weaver.
war one. Yeah.
Becoming the
Sigourney
War
Weaver.
Doctor.
Yay.
So the difference in every culture is the reason why they didn't need a virgin and a whore for the Japanese.
Makes sense. I love how Marty's like, well, yeah, I guess so. Guess I am the fool.
The fact that they went in that order, even though the fool was supposed to die before the jock.
Before, yeah. Interesting. Yeah, this further just begs the question, how long have they been doing this?
But it moralizes what they're doing.
Yeah, it justifies it. Sort of.
Because at the end you kind of realize
they were right.
They were right. They were not just this crazy cult.
Yeah. Yeah, Marty, I feel like that's a little selfish there. That's like
I think it's because Marty didn't grasp the concept of literally Kronos is going to kill everyone.
Yeah.
Which it's been confirmed that that's Kronos.
Oh,
Kronos,
really?
right? I'm almost positive.
I don't know.
They said that it was a Titan Kronos. Which kind of ticks me off to what else is down there. Is it all Titans?
Is it the Titans? Is it the gods? It's like, I don't know.
Is it just different big bads of other religions and everything?
Yeah. Vishnu.
What?
What? Vishnu?
Why do I know Vishnu?
The god of death in Hindu culture.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The Vishnu, yep.
I am become death, destroyer of worlds. That's what Vishnu said. Yeah, literally bites Dana in the jugular and she survives. All right, cool.
I forgot she survived. The fact that you were being... Those aren't silver bullets, bud.
I feel like if any monster should be warded off by bullets, it's not the werewolf. Because like they didn't even affect the clown. And yet it's the werewolf that is scared off by them.
She should not be able to talk. I'm sorry.
No, not at all. Honestly, this is a great end for Sigourney Weaver. Not like noble or anything, but it just makes total sense. She was destroyed by the very thing she sought to create and maintain.
Yeah. And like the heroes survive, but then they don't.
Exactly. You might think, oh my God, they could stop this. There's still 7 minutes left, but nope.
They can't.
Nope.
There's no way they can.
Yeah.
All I can think about is how amazing the set designers must be. to figure out the office space and then a cabin in the woods type deal.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to create for this. I mean, when you think about it compared to a lot of other movies, it's like, there's not too many different sets, but they really went all out on the ones they did do, which I think makes it a whole lot better.
I understand that they wanted to throw in some levity with I don't even think Kurt has a cousin, but I'm like, that kind of throws up a little like more plot holes than I feel like that they wanted to.
It makes you think in the time when you shouldn't be thinking. You should be reflecting on what happened and thinking about what's going to happen.
I like their use of the cliche of confessing whatever
right before they're
die.
Gonna die. Yeah,
because usually there's an ex machina, but in this there isn't. Pure destruction. They just die.
Yeah, they're just straight up giving in.
They're just
because honestly,
doobies
there's nothing they can do. Literally nothing.
Because I feel like that when you're watching it, you're like,
they could kill themselves, but that's.
Well, what would that do?
It would just if they did it before the sun came up, but oh well. They have great chemistry, these two. They all do. All of the kids. They have great chemistry. I love how they didn't go in for like the kiss or anything, like forced romance. That. Yeah. Forced romance. Right,
Kylo Ren and Rey. We can get into that in a totally separate time.
Yes. And Across the Stars, another Star Wars podcast you should listen to. Nice. Fantastic ending. At a
no sugarcoating, just
at a press conference, a reporter asked
is there
Joss
a sequel?
Whedon. What?
No, it was Drew Goddard, I think.
Yeah. They asked, have you seen is there ever going to be a sequel? And he was like, have you seen the ending to the movie? It's great.
I like how they started off with Sigourney Weaver as the director, and then they went into everyone.
Yeah. That was nice. So that was Cabin in the Woods. Still an amazing movie, however many times I rewatch it. This and Hot Fuzz are two movies that I could rewatch over and over again, and Pan's Labyrinth as well. Movies that I could rewatch over and over again, and I probably would not grow tired of them for a long time. I just really, really liked it. Brennan, what are some of your thoughts?
Not as scary as I remembered. I think it's also helped that I've seen it.
Yes.
But it's still delivered on the two things that they are, a horror comedy.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's still delivered on those two things. They were genuinely funny moments, and they were genuinely kind of like creepy, scary moments.
Yeah.
And there's also a sense of like morality, but also like in both parties. Like the villains are meant to be these sleazy, crappy government agents, but they're doing it because they have to.
Exactly, yeah.
The bad guys inadvertently are the good guys because they're not only doing what they see is right, they're doing what is right for the entire world. If they do not continue with these sacrifices for the millennia that they've been doing it, then the entire earth as we know it would cease to exist. Yeah. So really, they're the heroes of the story. I never really realized that.
It's all a matter of perspective. I think that's one thing that the movie does very well. It makes you think about the characters' motivations and who has a right to do what. Why are they doing it? Is it justified? I mean, it all depends on what you think, and what you feel, and what your opinion on and what your moral stance is. I mean, obviously, I don't wish that the entire world was destroyed by vengeful, evil, angry gods. Um, but I think it's something that the movie really makes you think about. And like horror movies, like especially horror comedies that can make you think about something like that, like a concept bigger than it is, bigger than the movie, is a win in my book. And I think this movie,
Yeah.
Cabin in the Woods, does it very well. Well, we want to thank you for joining us on our first ever commentary. Hopefully, people watch this and we can do more. So yeah, so thank you for watching or listening, whatever platform you're doing this on, and we will see you later. Farewell, toodaloo.
Bye, everyone.